hello, and welcome to Shady Talk Wednesday.
It's
Giving
Wednesday.
you the tea,
The coffee, whatever.
the shade,
Something to sip on.
the realness,
Real
and
deal,
the daily
Holyfield.
dose
Of
with my
information.
co-host,
It's Mary
Miss
Jane.
Mary Jane. I'm loving the t-shirt.
Oh, thank you. This is us
Check
thing.
out
You
our
see us?
t-shirts. Mary Jane made our t-shirts.
Don't say
How
you ain't know
cute.
who it was.
How cute.
And that's in
How
the
cute.
shade.
We upgrading this year.
Yes, we are. Yes, we.
We
Tax
put-
time ain't even come. Just wait. Wait. Till it all cracks. No.
Even though I owe out.
I about to say, let me stop for
Yeah,
anybody
like-
that know me very well and know I owe the Iris a lot of money.
And the earrings don't
Yeah.
play.
Don't come for this here,
Mm-hmm.
please, IRS. I don't have anything to give you off of this. There's no proceeds will go to
Right.
you, okay?
This is non-profit, okay?
It's for the people. So
But happy New
they're
Year!
alive. Thank
Mary
you.
Jane,
Wait,
good
what's
to
today?
see
The
you.
18th. We're 18 days into the new year.
Oh, wow. I don't think we could say that no more, right?
Yeah. And for the people, it's Happy New Year, right? It's Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Year. Not
Yep.
because we be like, Happy New Year's.
I don't know why. I
God
just
is
think-
giving us 1 year.
Yeah, that's true. But I just think when you know, even though it's the correct way to say, I think is where you come from sometimes. You know how that get
It's
in the
ebonic.
mix. Yeah.
Sometimes we just take stuff and we make it ours, but
Yeah.
we gotta grow out of that.
Yeah, we gotta grow up.
We got to stop. It's potato chips. It's
Right.
not cheddar chips.
Right. Oh.
It's not tater salad. It's potato salad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So gradually, piece by piece, we got to
Yeah,
start
we gotta
breaking out
work
of
on it.
things that we say, well, that's just how we say
Yeah,
it.
we got to work on it.
We do.
We really do. We got to work on some of that.
Yes,
Some
we
of
do.
that
So-
slang.
But it's 2023.
Yeah.
I haven't made any resolutions.
Me either. I actually didn't this year.
Yeah, I'm
I
not.
really didn't. I mean, I thought about some things, but I really didn't make any. I just feel like I'm just growing into a different place of just understanding, you know, my growth
Yep.
and, you know, just
Like, get
seeing
up.
certain
I
things
get my girl
that's
up in here. I'm trying to get my girl up in the live. You know what I'm saying?
you probably gotta pull it up a little bit.
I don't know. See, I'm sorry, guys. I'm not good with this.
It's
I
all
learned
right.
a lot
It's
from
all
her.
good. It's all good.
But
It's all good.
you know, hey guys.
Hey. No, I think you got. Can you pull it? Plus, you gotta put you in it more.
I don't know, T. I don't know.
What is?
I don't know what's going on. Look at my girl. All right.
All
But
right, so,
you
okay.
get to a certain level where you don't gotta wait till the new year to start growing
Yeah.
out of stuff.
Once
right?
you get older, you really don't. It's like you just start thinking, you start seeing things, you start realizing things. And I just think you just come to a point you just want to do better.
Right.
You just want to do better. You just want to see better. You don't really have time for analyzing, explaining, you know, doing all of that now. It's like we did that.
Yeah.
It's like we did that. It's like you either just going to jump into what you're going to go ahead and do and just get it done and just get
do
it done. Just do it.
Growth and I think change should come daily, and it should come based upon what you're experiencing that day.
Right.
So you take what you learn from each day and you say,
Right.
you know what can I do differently tomorrow or next week or even today, you know?
Right.
And I think we kind of miss out when we wait till the end of the year or the beginning of another one to make an excuse. Because when I was younger, like, oh, I'm going to do this. And when
Right.
the new year come,
Right.
I really got to wait until the new year to say I'm going to do this or I'm
Right.
going to do that. How am I changing daily? So,
But I want to say, we look good with this.
right? And it's just black. It's black.
Yeah,
Yes.
this is really
Yes,
really cool. This is really cool.
Yes.
She made our shirts today.
I did.
She made our shirts today. Get with Mary Jane. Mary Jane also does a lot of custom things.
Yeah, I'm the
Cups,
crafter.
forks, plates.
Yeah,
Am I going
yeah.
too far?
Yeah, and please, no.
Okay.
And if I can't do it, I'll figure out how to do it. It's
Right.
just don't call me the day before, please,
Right.
people. That's a public service announcement.
Right.
That's here on my live and everywhere where they're watching. Don't call me 24 hours before the event. You know, I don't care who you are.
Right.
Saying, hey, can you? Yeah, I can in a week.
Well, I'd like to say, one thing I seen you change that you had me nervous today.
Oh, I was on time.
You
Ooh.
was no, but you was before on time. I had to actually go back and look at the flyer and say, "Wait a minute, is the podcast from 6 to 7?"
I was
'Cause
just
why
sitting in the
is Drea
front just
here
to
so
twiddling my
early?
thumbs, you know.
Oh wow! Don't scare me like that.
Yeah.
But you know what? That's a good thing. I'm trying to level. That's another place where I need to level myself up. So just being on time, being consistent. You know, I work so hard, but it's like
Time management is a thing for me.
yeah.
I'm
It's-
trying.
it's-
I was just showing off today.
okay.
I was just showing off. You know,
Okay.
next episode I might be 3 minutes late.
Okay. I like that though. Because guess what? You had me on my feet today.
Right. You
I
was
like
like,
that.
oh, first joke of the day.
Right. I'm like, oh, really?
And I was down there since about maybe 5:55.
Right. And not like I don't get here maybe like 5 minutes before the podcast.
Yeah, but it's okay.
But,
We're on time.
I'm proud of myself too. I got here like 20 minutes early.
I just want to learn to be punctual. Me and time management, that's another thing I know. Once you self-evaluate, I know what I got to change.
Right.
Me and time management.
Yeah. But I had time management problems for years, decades. It's like
maybe it's just part of who we are.
Yeah, but what did we just say? We gotta grow
right.
out of this.
You're right.
We gotta grow out. We gotta grow out of just doing what we want to do and saying what we want to say, and we gotta get back to normal.
That's true. I don't know why I set my alarm right in the morning. I have to be to work at 7:20, so I set my alarm for 5 o'clock. Just to snooze it to 5:15, right? Just to snooze it again to 5:30. I don't know why these little 15-minute increments make me feel like I'm doing something, but it also prepares me to say, hey, at 6, you know it's showtime.
No, but I really want to laugh so hard.
Why?
Because that is so me. You know what I'm starting to learn too? A lot of things that I'm also starting to hear and see, I'm not alone.
Yeah, you're not. But that's why we're here today, to talk about things, right?
Right.
Because if y'all tuning in, if you've seen us promoting weeks prior, we are here, and see how she and I are having things in common that we don't even know we have in common.
Right.
We also want to open the floor in our topic today.
Right.
About mental health, right?
Yeah, let me put my phone
the importance of mental health,
right?
Mental health awareness,
right?
Anxiety, stress,
right?
Mood swings, different type of disorders, and just to kind of recap, what has last year done to us? Mentally, physically, emotionally. And those of you who are chiming in from home, whether you're live, please feel free to comment.
Yes, call in,
drop a question. We have some questions and some topics that our valuable viewers have, written in and asked us to ask you guys, and you guys can chime in and give us your thoughts on it. So 2022, was it rough for you?
You know what? 2022 was a fight. It was really a fight, but I fought it. And the reason why I feel like it was a fight, because I've learned so much through the fight that it just made me feel like I got this.
Right.
I could do this. Even though, I know the topic, like today we talking about mental health. It was a lot mentally too. It was a lot mentally. And what I've learned about it being a lot mentally, that you realize through life, you're going through things mentally. You're not even really recognizing.
You're not.
Because we're so used to just keep going, keep pushing, just keep dealing with things, how we deal with it, and, doing them the way we normally will do things to deal with things. But I feel like it has been a lot of distraction that has came into the world that's also has gotten us and people to a different level of mental. Because when you look at mental, sometimes I feel like, I believe that mental levels are a lot of different mental levels. Like, you got people that's just like mentally, like, just do things deceiving, liars. You got people who kind of just mental, that you feel like they talk to themselves and they don't know what's going on. You feel like you just got people, you try to understand people mental of how they deal with things or how they connect, or, so to me, I feel like it's so many different levels when we're talking about mental.
Yeah.
And growing up, or just, coming across people and, talking to different people, that's the first thing we start to see now, is where people mental is at.
And a lot of people have been struggling with mental health issues.
Right.
Before we even understood what mental health was.
And don't know that they're really mental health issues.
Since they were yay high.
Yeah.
Now you can look back and be like, you know what? It's always been something about them.
Right.
We just didn't know. Because we were ignorant. So
Right.
I'm still very ignorant to things when it comes to mental health.
Right.
We may see somebody like, oh, she crazy.
Right.
And I think now that I'm not as ignorant as I was, I don't even like that word crazy. When you're referring to someone who's acting differently. Right. We may joke around like, girl, you crazy. Yeah. But to see someone in the street that may be doing something that's something we wouldn't do, right, or it looks abnormal, we automatically say they're crazy.
That's why I said I think it's so many different levels of mental, because even sometimes when you question certain things people do and you just like, I mean, it could be simple, but it could be big. And you just like, really? What was they thinking? You know, right, like, why would they do that? So that's why I say, like, I really believe it's like so many different levels when it comes to, you know, the mental state of mind of, you know, just questioning certain things that, you know, you see that people have done or have even done to you, you know. And then I think back to be like, okay, when we were younger, or just like me, I'm 46. So when I think back of some of my like 20s and my 30s, and, you know, just things you kind of just go through, you know, coming into that adulthood, you kind of wonder, you know, some of the ways, or how can I say it? Some of the things or the ways that we deal with things now can be from some of our upbringing.
Of course.
Yes, and it's like,
I wish I knew the exact percentage.
Yeah, but it also shows us how some people connect because of some of the upbringing too.
And also how they disconnect. Yeah. Because of some of the you know, I see this thing going around on social media, which I feel people are using lightly when they say, be careful when you surround yourself around those who are raised on struggle and not love. Mm-hmm. I think people say and they don't even get.
What do you take from that? Because to me, that's very deep. What do you take from that?
Being raised, to me, like being raised in struggle versus being raised in love. Sometimes people would think just because you're raised in a 2-parent household, that equates love. Right. That's wrong too. Mm-hmm. Because you can be in a 1-parent household, whether it be single mother or single father, and their sole purpose is to make you feel loved, make you feel important, tucking you in at night, helping you with your homework, making sure you are eating breakfast and you're eating lunch at school and you're eating when you come home. Mm-hmm. Versus to meals are shortened around here. Hurry up and do that homework and go to bed, because they're on this rat race to get up and do this again tomorrow so these bills can stay paid. Right. And sometimes when you're raised off struggle, the financial issues in the house becomes the child's fault. Mm-hmm. Somehow. Mm-hmm. The child is getting screamed at. The child is getting beat because mommy or daddy is frustrated. Listen, y'all not gonna have my lights on here all night. Mm-hmm. Close that door, my heat on. Right. Everything is a struggle correction versus to mommy and daddy are not letting the children feel the effects of their financial struggles, you know? Right. So I think that's love versus survival. You know, when people say, oh, it was 10 of us in a 2-bedroom, that's sort of survival to me.
That's survival.
If it's 10 of y'all in a 2-bedroom, 1 adult in the house, somebody is not getting love. Right. You understand what I mean? And I think by default, a lot of us are raised on struggle. Mm-hmm. But I could say I was raised on struggle with a lot of love around me. Right. I wouldn't say like, oh, I grew up in the Beverly Hills. And my mother did a very, very, very good job of not letting us know we were poor.
And that's why in some ways I feel like growing up in somewhat of a struggle, it kind of made me who I am today. I wouldn't say that I was in a struggle, but I didn't come from a Beverly Hills, you know, type of home too. But I feel like
you was in a deluxe apartment in the sky.
On the 16th floor of the towers, if that's
you
what you want to call it.
You was in a deluxe apartment in the sky. Come on.
In the sky, moving on up.
What? Yes.
Well, we couldn't go no further than that, because once you climb up from that 16th floor, that's pretty much it. That was the last floor in the towers.
Was something. The towers was, whoo, go on, because I could go on about the towers. I can remember as a kid.
I love the towers. Shout out to the Riverview Towers. All my Riverview Tower girls, my
and all the residents. There's some OGs still in the towers today.
My mother's an OG.
Thou
my mother's
shalt
still
not
in there.
Be moved.
Yes. They are comfortable.
Yes.
They are comfortable.
You get your money's worth there.
Yeah, you definitely do.
I lived in the towers for about 3 months. I miss it. I miss it.
Definitely. I come from the towers where you used to run up and down the exits with just socks on and go to your friend's house and sit in the hallway.
But was that struggle or was that fun?
It was fun, but it also showed me where, like I said, you know, my life wasn't all peaches and cream, but I won't say that I struggled, but I just didn't come from a place where I had a silver spoon either. And I feel like because of that, that's who I am today. Like, I feel like I can understand people a little better.
You don't feel so entitled.
No, right? I don't feel entitled. I'm always so thankful. I'm always so appreciative. I'm always trying to show love. And that's another conversation I was having with my boo. I was saying to her that I just think I come from this place of, now that I realize as I'm older, a lot of things that I do that I didn't know that I was doing, that my therapist would say as a people
Mm.
pleaser.
You're what?
My therapist.
You're what?
Therapist.
You're what?
Therapist.
Isn't that cool?
Yes.
So they need to know, as happy as you may seem, as jolly, as solidified as you are, you still even have went to a therapist.
Yes, of
Go on.
course.
Go on, girl.
And
Therapy is cool. They need
therapy
to know
is
that.
cool. And we didn't hear about it when we was, younger. What I like about therapy is that you get to be you. You get to, what I like about it is that you get to be you, and you also get to talk to somebody that's understanding like you.
And they're not biased.
Yeah. And I think, like I said, with me growing up, a lot of things that I've noticed that I did, um, I did it because I think I always wish I had it, not knowing that that's what I wanted. But I just think I always done things naturally. Like, let's just say, like, if you was the type of person that I know I could call, like, it feel good to know you could just call somebody. So I'm always open for those kind of things, just to feel like I have that other person that's a me. So I don't know where I was going with that.
It was just basically what you were telling your therapist, and I apologize. I got so excited that you even mentioned therapy.
That's what it was.
It's me. It's me with my attention disorder. You know what I'm
saying? But therapy is a beautiful thing, I will say. But I think I was more talking about the just growing up feeling like you're like kind of in a survival mode, to where as though I feel like while I deal with things, or have done things or put things out in the universe the way I do, just from that understanding of coming from that space. But I thank God that throughout of life, that since we are talking about mental issues, when you think back of a lot of things that you kind of been through and you dealt, people just dealing with things internally can mentally break you.
Of course.
Just dealing with things internally. And I feel like that's what's going on a lot in the world. I feel like a lot of people are really dealing with things internally. Like, even from me being a school bus driver, I've noticed that with little kids, like, that's different nationality. For example, like this one little boy, I had him since September. I'm not quite sure what's his nationality, but I don't know if he's Indian. I'm not sure, but it doesn't matter. But the point that I'm going to make is that when this little boy used to come on my bus, because I'm the type of bus driver, I greet all my kids. Hey, good morning. Hey, you cute. Oh, look at your shoes. Look at your sneakers. Oh, look at your hair.
Right. They need that.
And I noticed that for the first semester of him coming on the bus, he will always just be, afraid to like really talk and just express himself. And now when I see him now, when I say his name, hey, blah, 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 I mean, he's like tickled. He's like so tickled with me saying his name. And I say that to say that these kids, they need to start feeling these things when they are younger. Start making them feel safe. Start making them feel,
I agree with that.
Love. Start making them, just having that kind of communication with your child, because some kids grow up, they be so mean because they so internally, mad about things, because they never had a chance to really just, express themselves. They always got to deal with stuff. And I get it, with the mom sometimes, we be so busy in life, and, you be so worked up. And sometimes, you don't know how to talk to your kids. Right. You don't. We start off with this, how they are as a child, and if they have attitudes, you kind of, oh, I don't care about your attitude, and then you kind of spoil them a little bit, then they go back to that. But somewhere in the middle of that, there is creating something.
It's a root cause for it.
It's creating something.
And children are important, like that, especially when they're young, like they're little sponges. And I sometimes witness people just verbally abusing their kids.
Yeah.
Get over here and sit your dumb A down. And you're dumb like your father. And it's so sad because it's part of the urban habit. It's part of the urban culture, I was having a good conversation earlier. It's just that sometimes we desensitize the kids before we even know it.
That's true.
Just as simple, they fall down, scrape their elbow, get up, it don't hurt. Now
you
go
better not cry. I dare you to cry.
So now when he's not crying or she's not crying, you have created this desensitized little person. And you wonder why they don't feel anything. Or they have no remorse when they're going to school and they're bullying other kids. That doesn't hurt to them. Because they've been bullied at home.
But then it's like, even with now how school is, that these kids are doing everything on, like in the technology world and stuff like that. I feel like even mentally, that's even harder for them now.
And social media bullying, competing with other people, how they look. And
it's so much going on. Because sometimes, even with me being on social media, sometimes I get a little lost because I feel like, like I tell people, when I first got on social media was really about videos for me.
Right.
And, and that's where I gained a lot of my followers from, videos. But now I just feel like social media is like a jungle.
That's a place, girl.
It's really like a jungle. It's
a place.
You can't keep up with what's going on.
Even if you devoured.
Oh my God.
When I say your skin has to be so thick to be on social media.
Yeah.
You have to be prepared to be dragged in the comments. If you comment on someone else's post, you have to be prepared to be dragged on your own post. So it's really a place where you got to be mentally grounded.
And it's like sometimes you can't even keep up with what you actually come up there to do because you get so distracted mentally, from some of the stuff that you see, and then you start joining into some of that stuff as well. So it's just, I just think that sometimes, I just think we have to try to find a better way to prepare ourselves. I'll say to anybody that's not like addicted to social media, stay off of it.
Yeah, if you don't have social media, if you're sitting next to somebody right now watching this live and you don't have social media, don't get one.
Yeah.
Baby, you don't need it. You ain't missing out.
No. It ain't fun no more. It's too much. It gets you very distracted. I can admit I have got very distracted, on social media. Sometimes it gets you in your feelings. Sometimes, and then don't see a post that's something you could relate to.
Don't let it be from somebody I know. Now I think you're being funny.
Right.
But thank God, I'm becoming more aligned with myself to say, you know what? They don't have no reason to say that about me.
Right.
And if they were saying that, God bless them, because I don't even have no issue with them.
Absolutely.
So, but that's, you know what? That's another thing too. That's anxiety.
Right.
When we get to thinking things that are not reality and we're putting ourselves as the victim to that thought or that post or that quote, that's an anxiety
because
issue.
I feel like a lot of people have lost their minds also too mentally due to social media, just following stuff, just assuming stuff, just just putting themselves in a position to get so angry about stuff mentally, the way they deal with stuff, and that's what's mentally going on too on social media. People are getting very distracted mentally to different levels.
But thank God for social media for some people.
Yeah.
Because some people don't have anyone to talk to.
Right.
And I noticed that social media for a lot of people, even people that I know. And if you're watching and you're one of those people who do vent on Facebook or social media, my inbox is always open. If you have my number, you're welcome to call me. I just want to extend that invite to people.
Sure I understand.
See, Siri wants to talk. Look at that. Siri, hush. But for some of those people who don't have anybody to talk to, how many times do we see people really pouring out their heart, telling us, this is my last post. This is my letter to the world. I'm not coming back. I can't take it no more. I'm drowning. And for some people, I'm grateful for social media. They don't have any friends or family.
Yeah, that's another thing that we need to find out. Where can people connect to and talk to, because I'm not going to front. Sometimes some people mental issues or mental situations is a lot. It's a lot. And it's like sometimes trying to understand a place where people are coming from, sometimes it's a lot.
It can be draining to you too.
The most draining ones to me, when it just does, I don't want to say it doesn't make sense, but I just hate when people, make big deals about things that really just shouldn't have to be like a big deal. That's very mentally draining to me, how people just, take stuff, they run with it, they deal with it, and they want you to understand it.
Right.
When it's really...
Well, on that, I have to, you know what? I'm the devil's advocate. You're my girl, but some things we're not always going to agree.
Right.
I have to disagree with that.
Okay.
Because sometimes I realize what may be minor to me
Right.
may be major to you, and
That's
vice
true.
versa. You know what I'm saying? Like
That's
some
true.
people haven't gone through enough to be as strong.
But
And
at least talk about it instead of. I don't like when somebody will take it out on you before they act. Before they
oh
know.
yeah, that we're not going to do.
Yeah.
Now I'm here to talk to you and listen to you,
Right.
but you're not going to abuse me while I'm
Right.
trying to investigate what's wrong with you. And everybody doesn't want help.
Right.
So I'm learning not to keep dragging myself into people's problems who obviously don't want help. Some people are not ready to be
Some
helped.
people want to go with that. This just who I am.
Right. And some people are okay with their struggle.
Yeah.
There was a time until I experienced depression, and we're talking about 2022, I did not know actively, consciously, I did not know what depression was.
Me either.
Until
Me either.
I went through it. And someone
Right.
else had to identify that I
Right.
was depressed.
Right.
And I hope she's watching. It's my baby sister.
Right.
There was a time I got into it, and I got into it over something with me and the ex-boyfriend. And my mother and my cousin, and they were all getting on me. So my sister chimed in and she said, what y'all not going to do is attack her like that. Because she's been depressed. And she got enough to worry about. So I was kind of like happy, but then embarrassed at the same
Right,
time
right.
because I'm known to be the stronger one of the
Right,
crew. Like
right.
I'm the strongest cub in the house. When they say why the older sister thinks she the family
Right.
spokesperson, it's me.
Right.
I'm the manager.
Right.
So here it is, one of my associates. 'Cause
Right.
that's how I look at it. My little sister then identified that I was depressed.
Yeah, and sometimes I think we're dealing with depression. You don't really know you depressed because we feel like when we just not in the mood or just not
That's what I thought it
feeling
was.
up to something, we just think that that's regular.
I just thought I wouldn't
But
be bothered.
those are really signs of like really going into depression. I had to learn some signs about me to realize, still some days when I get into
Right.
depression, I
And you gotta
realize
snap out of it and catch
what it
yourself.
looks like, what it feels like. But when I look back at some of it, I've been depressed a lot of times
and
and
did
just
not
wasn't
know it.
did not know.
Our
Just-
culture doesn't teach you.
and especially
depression.
me, somebody like me that comes from like this big bubbly personality all the time is like depressed. Where would I
Yeah.
be?
Right.
You know,
I'm just sad.
yeah, I'm just sad. I just don't.
I
But
feel
when
like
you
being bothered.
but when you look back and you read, now that we read and we get to see, you see some of those same things that they tell you about depression that you actually experience.
Mhm.
And I think now just living now, I think some of everybody is going in and out of depression.
Right.
Whether they know it or not, I think it is a normalcy. Just like anxiety has came in.
Yes.
Now I've faced anxiety right in the pandemic, right before I went back to work. I mean, I had this very bad anxiety thing going on. I mean, I had to go to the hospital. They had to medicate me because I couldn't understand what was going on. I think because I had just seen so much stuff going on in the world. And I was just so saddened in the inside
Right.
and just didn't know how to understand it, how to deal with it. I was just so worried about every little thing. And it really took me into like this anxiety that I
Can
had
you
to.
explain, like, for those who are watching, so they know they're not alone? Because some people
Uh-huh.
may feel symptoms,
Right.
and not necessarily saying the name that we give it
Right.
is their same symptom, but
Right.
you understand what I mean?
Right.
Some people don't know what anxiety probably feels like. Can you
Right.
give us
Well,
like some of the symptoms of what you felt?
my anxiety, I just felt so different. Like I didn't feel like myself how even I would just normally deal with things. I just felt like something is just not right. Like I was scared. I felt like I was about to die. I felt like I needed to take a walk. Me and my girlfriend, we tried to walk. It like everything was just going like crazy in
Right,
my
right,
mind.
right.
Everything, and I know me. I'm always an overthinker. I think a lot because even with just in business and I think a lot of that too is because I got into business and trying to get business to go grow,
Meeting deadlines and all
trying
that. It's a
to
lot.
think of different ideals. I just think that during the pandemic it was good, but it wasn't good because
Right.
it caused me, to realize that I wind up finding myself into a big, going into like this anxiety thing, like to the point that I had to be hospitalized, and I had to be medicated, and I'm not afraid to share that because, that was my story,
Right, right.
I mean, I wasn't hospitalized for weeks or months, but I
you
had
had
to
to be
stay.
evaluated.
I had to get evaluated. I had to see a heart doctor. I had to see some of everything. And I think, like I said, it was just during that pandemic time, so much stuff was just rattling with me. I was worried about my kids. I was just doing, just doing a lot of praying, just seeing a lot of things, just scared for other
Yeah,
people,
yeah, it was a
and
lot.
then, like I said, when you have a lot on your plate, just dealing with your own life situations and, trying to push a business and all of that, I think it just all caught up with me. And when I went to the hospital, they basically told me that, I was kind of coming into like an anxiety attack. And I was like, what? I mean, so I just think too, now that I've learned with me, I can't overwhelm myself
Right.
because I've learned what overwhelming myself that can cause me to get into some type of anxiety. And I think too, because I'm a driver, a lot of times when I'm driving, it makes me
That
think.
things are gonna happen and
So a
stuff.
lot of thinking, just not even about things that's just gonna happen, just trying to put things in, this place and trying to do this and thinking about doing this. Like when you drive, you just think.
Right.
You
You
just
have
think,
nothing else to
especially
do but
like as
think.
a school bus driver. It ain't like you can really have the music blasting, the kind of,
So that's how you be in your
sometimes,
car then.
yeah, in your car, you kind of, but as a driver sometimes, and when you've been driving from years, some of those things just zone you out. And then, just thinking about just some of the experience that I've had with people, throughout these last 2 years, like things that I was just like shocked about, or just, that kind of stuff was just, it was just messy. But what I've learned about anxiety is that, to walk through it is to pray about it. To pray when you starting to feel, a little pressure. You need to think the opposite of,
Yeah.
what you thinking. Just things to help, change your mood.
Right.
And I'm not surprised that I didn't go through anxiety now that I hear a lot of people have experienced it, because I was doing a lot during
Right.
the pandemic,
Right.
and coming out of the pandemic. So I was doing a lot. So, I mean, I say that to say, like, that was something, coming up we didn't hear about,
We didn't.
anxiety. We didn't
Until you
know.
feel
We
it
knew
or
about scared
experience
about
it.
something and
Right.
something like that. But
Nervous,
yeah,
but
nervous, like, oh shit,
yeah.
am I gonna get this job? Remember that old school going
Right.
to a job interview? That kind of stuff. You like, oh
Right,
God, my
but real
stomach is
anxiety,
real.
heart racing,
Yeah,
palms sweating,
yeah,
thoughts all over the
yeah,
place. I now, because I wanted to hear what your situation was like to see is it something that we all experience.
right.
Once mine gets triggered, I'm so grateful now to the point where I can almost feel it and recognize when it's coming on. My thoughts get a little scattered. I could be talking to you and all of a sudden, here it comes. And I'm like, oh, give me a second. Because the more I try to fight through it and still communicate with you and
Yeah.
act like everything is normal, I'm really going through like this suffering war
Yeah.
within myself. And people have noticed, like, are you okay? And I have to admit, it's okay not to be okay.
Right.
That is a message. It is okay to not be okay. Where we at?
Absolutely.
It's okay to not be okay. Because for so long, I've been captive behind this. I'm a strong person.
Right.
Me, because that's what our culture teaches us too. Like, what?
Right.
Anxiety.
Right.
You stress. You better go stress them dishes before I
Right.
stress you. Like, we don't come from a compassionate
Right.
place. But
Right.
now I don't have it totally under control.
Right.
But I know what my triggers are. Me
Right.
and caffeine are not friends.
Right.
Something about the caffeine that will.
Now, me and caffeine is
Sydney.
best friends.
But you used to drink decaf.
No, I drink regular
Black
coffee.
coffee?
I mean, I put milk in it.
Oh.
But I don't
I
really
don't know why I
do
thought you were a
decaf.
decaf girl. Me and caffeine, I'm not playing around with it.
No.
I used to be at my old job drinking energy drinks. I'm like, oh, the world is in trouble once I drink this drink. Now that I don't have that same schedule and things to burn it off, I can't just.
And I'm
drink
nervous to
caffeine.
try drinks and stuff
Do
like
not.
that.
You're not missing nothing, honey.
I feel like it sounds like it's gonna make your heart beat all
It will.
fast.
And have
See,
you,
I don't want to go through that. See, that's
no.
another anxiety.
You ain't missing
level.
nothing. You don't need no energy drink. Don't go.
But I know
picking up
too.
no
I know
energy
too
drink.
when my anxiety is about to trigger me too, because I just feel overwhelmed. I just feel like something is like very overwhelming me, and I gotta just calm myself down, think of something. Another thing too that I have noticed too. I used to exercise. I used to go to the gym. And when I was going to the gym, I don't remember coming into any of that. But when I stopped, it's like a lot of things just started just going all berserk. But I say this, the reason why I wanted to talk about anxiety, because I feel like if your anxiety is not under control, those things can get you mentally.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where you kind of
It'll
see
become your
some
norm
people
to panic all the time.
yeah, some people, that's why some people, I think, deal with certain things mentally the way they do because their anxiety level is so up that they couldn't control it
Mm-hmm.
or understand that it was anxiety that they go through, that it just shoots up to something
And
else.
that's their
that
reaction to everything
yeah,
all the time. Like,
yeah. Do we have Marquise Laurie?
Marquise Laurie, are
Did
you
he
tuned
join?
in? I don't know.
Because
Look
he's
on yours.
he's actually a therapist. So, hi
Yes.
everybody.
Yes.
Shout out
He
to
has a
Elma. He
degree
is
in
up there.
forensic
He is.
psychology, right? I believe.
He is up
and
here.
He and I had a brief chat prior to me coming, and he deals with so many different levels of mental health. And I was very, I underestimated what the man actually does. And
Right.
he basically gave me a rundown, and, God willing, in the future, we'll be able to meet on this one platform so he can just bring some professional insight to it. But he deals with anything from a substance abuse, from issues from childhood, okay, for schizophrenia, bipolar syndrome, on every spectrum of mental health. This man
Because we need it. Look, Sari, you're not on here with us. You
she
are
want
not
to be down so bad.
Sari, you are not on here with us. This is the Shady Talk Wednesday podcast.
She's being shady
with Mary Jane.
She's gonna come off in a minute. She's gonna go in the hallway.
If Sari keep interrupting us, Sari gonna have to sit out there. Sari, we asked everybody to let us do this show.
Yeah.
Now,
but we're grateful for him. Okay,
yeah,
he's a black man serving the community, and his whole focus is really catering to our people in the inner city.
He's actually on the live. But let me read a few comments. I want to shout out everybody up here watching the live. Listen, Shady Talk Wednesday podcast is always about keeping it real. We want to talk about things that people don't talk about. We want to talk about things that we don't want anybody to feel ashamed, afraid anymore from 2023 on. Whatever we facing, whatever we dealing with, however we dealt with things, let's communicate about it. Let's talk about it. We're also open for, interviews. Anybody, even if you're shy to come on and you want to talk about something, call in. There's a call-in number. The call-in number is in the post. And also, we do Zoom. So if you don't want to sit here on this lovely couch with us,
you can be here virtually.
We take virtually. But I'm gonna read a couple of comments. Sasha Jones, she said 2022 was finding my purpose, analyzing who in my corner, learning to say no and to feel okay, and asking what makes Sasha happy. Nice.
It's the learning to say no.
Nice. The call-in number, guys, is 862-262
262-95.
No, I think Marv, I think you put too many numbers in. It say 862. It say 862-621-9536. Oh, yeah. Listen,
I don't know.
And that's another thing. That's another thing from 2023. I found out I need glasses.
Oh, wow. But they look good, though.
Yeah, but these are not medicine. I'm just practicing.
Well, I learned that sometimes I read with my eyes and not my mind. And that's what we both just did. We were reading with our eyes and not with our brain.
No, but I was so serious that it was like so many.
862 and 262.
Here you go repeating
to
it.
My 19. Yeah.
Well, guess what? Once you get into your 40s, I heard that's it. Your eyes either.
I just got there.
Your eyes either gonna cross.
I've been experiencing that too. Like, I don't know if it was a computer at work or what.
No,
but I'm like,
I
gotta refocus.
You're coming cross-eyed.
Yeah, I'm not. First of all, I'm not reading to any of the 40-year-old growing tools. No, I don't want it. Listen, I'm grateful to be here.
You gotta keep it real with yourself. I'm telling you.
Guess what? I am.
When you turn 40,
the gray hair was enough for me to know.
You get cross-eyed. You get blindsided. You start seeing things that you thought you seen.
And you ain't seen nothing.
I'm telling
My
you.
My peripheral is crazy now because I'll be in the house like I know I seen something.
Try driving on a highway at night. You think you see this big old shadow in the street and it ain't nothing. I done caught myself swerving a few times. It's different out here. It's different out here in these 40 streets.
I'm grateful to be here, though. I'm very, very grateful to be here. I've learned a lot. Yes. It took a lot to get here now. 40 wasn't easy to come to.
Yes, Riverview. Hi, my best friend Judea from Atlanta. She's on. My boo-boo Mihar Rahim. My sister girl Tisha Red.
Shout
Vanessa.
out to everybody tuning in live.
Yes,
we appreciate
I love y'all. I love y'all.
Anywhere in the world, and you're here with
Miss
us.
Bunch,
Miss
Purdy, Miss Davis, Miss Rogers, Miss Reynolds, my mom.
Are these
Mommy.
your Riverview people?
No, it is some Riverview. It is.
Because your Riverview people are coming through strong. I'm going to need my fourth Wardigans to come on in. I'm the fourth Wardigans.
You know,
because I'm from the fourth.
Okay. Are they over there on your line?
There was some people there. Some people
hey,
some
fourth
people.
Wardigans. I know a few fourth Wardigans.
Because you was a Towers.
Yeah, we walked
you
all
a
through.
DTH. I'm a UTH, up the hill. Oh. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who came up with that because y'all got more hills down the hill than up the hill has up the hill. I don't understand. Is the up the hill Lafayette Street saying go up the hill?
Well, I don't know because I thought when they say up the hill because we walked from the Towers to 10th Ave to, well, first we stopped on Auburn, then we went to 12th Ave.
Oh, y'all had a little route.
Yeah. So we kind of route. I mean, we made it all the way to Alabama Projects. So we figured anything from the bridge starting Government Street,
determined.
That's considered up the hill.
Wow. Do you know from the Towers to Alabama is about a good solid maybe 3 miles?
Well, see, that's when we were skinty.
Gosh.
That's when we were skinty. We was looking good and, ask us to walk there now.
No,
we can't.
And we won't.
We can't get up there now.
And we won't.
We can't get up there now. Let me see. I'm looking to see what... Did I see Marcus up here?
I seen the beginning. What we will ask from you, Marquise, to leave in the comments any outlet or website or phone number if anyone does need some mental health guidance, some counseling, anything. If you could just drop that in the comments for those people. We do have a hotline, a national United States Suicide and Crisis hotline. You can dial 988 from your phone. Mm-hmm. That would get you help 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Oh, that's good to know. 988?
988, right from your phone. And it's not just if you're experiencing suicidal thoughts. It's if you want to have someone to talk to. Holidays,
Are
all
they
day.
hiring?
I don't. You want to work there?
I mean, I'm at this point, I just want to pick up a phone and sit at somebody's desk and say,
and
hello.
just listen. And
Hi, how may I help you?
And just like you got me earlier.
Yeah, hello.
Almost scared the bejesus out of me. I didn't know who I called. But yes.
Okay, wait. See, I can't keep losing the live. I can't see. Okay, so Marquise said, the only with living and survival is you tend to live day for day. Right. All right. Okay. Tisha said it was fun and a struggle, but it was where we got the best life lessons. I agree.
Yes, ma'am.
Vanessa said, if you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything, which brings out the universe of the unsureness, which brings anxiety.
I agree.
All right.
I totally
Deborah
agree.
Reynolds said, great topic. Is all well needed.
Yes.
Katina said, I can definitely relate. I decided to go to therapy. Best decision ever.
Right.
Yes. Okay. Shout out to my sister Arleah Buffalo, Shantae Jenkins, my uncle Reggie Warner. Deborah is up here.
And anybody in the comments, if you want to share your therapist information with others in the comments.
Naisha, yes.
Feel free to do it. Any information you have that will give someone else an outlet or inlet to express themselves. Yeah. Because
guess what? I know for the majority of everybody, we have all faced anxiety.
Right.
And the topic today was supposed to be about, mental issues, which it is. I just feel like I said, there's certain levels that I feel like before people get mentally, I'm thinking also too, it could have started from anxiety, just not knowing how to deal with it. Because sometimes when you don't know how to deal with things and it start messing with you mentally, there's a mental issue.
Yeah.
But
we all have a little, we all have mental issues. That's the fairness about it. There's not a person walking this earth. I don't care how rich you are, how grounded you are. I don't care if you're a therapist yourself, you're a surgeon. Everyone has some sort of glitch in their matrix. And no offense to anyone when I say it like that. We all have an issue. We all have suffered some trauma. Even if yours is not permanent, even if yours is adult induced, childhood induced, everyone has something that does not make us 100%.
And guess what? And it's okay.
It sure is.
It's okay to be okay with what needs to be okay.
That's
another thing that I have came across.
It is what it is.
It is okay to be okay with what needs to be okay.
And
guess what? Standing in your truth and being yourself and, understanding things about yourself. Guess what? I'm 40-something years old. I just really started understanding some things about myself.
Right. I did too. And I always say it's scary, but you have to look back. And like you said, a lot of things from our childhood make us who we are. I'm just now understanding why I'm so nurturing in relationships and why I'm so friendly to certain people. It's sort of, and my best friend would say, shout out to Sheikah, I love her so much.
Sheikah.
She would say, like, before we had different conversations, she would say, you love in a manipulative way. You love because you want something in return. And that's not really how healthy love goes. So I took that and I thought about this. So you know what? You're right. Not having a father, that one thing plays such a role for the years to come. So you're never daddy's little princess. You ain't got nobody greeting you at the door, picking you up, spinning you around, telling you every day you're so beautiful. You're daddy's little girl. Look at you. Just want to squeeze your cheeks. Here it is. You get to a certain age, you get pushed out into the streets. You'll get devoured if you don't know any better. Or you'll get in these relationships where you want to be loved like a daughter but respected like a woman. So until I learn this cycle of, wait, maybe it's not them. I'm attracted to certain people because I'm naturally a nurturer. I'm naturally a lover. But I'm looking for them to make me feel something that I didn't get from here.
And that's a lot of us. We just see it in different ways. But it's a lot of us, especially like you said, when you come from not having that and you're looking for it in your adulthood. And that's even what I see sometimes in young men. Young men are looking for that nurture. Some things that they didn't have. So now they're looking for their girlfriends or their younger girlfriends to be more of, nurturing to them, something that they didn't have. And they don't understand it when they can't get it from their girlfriend.
And I got it from my mother raised us. I got love. When it came from the females in home, I got love. When you raised by a grandmother, it's somebody, even if grandma tapping you behind every week.
The best thing I will say about
a love from a mother and a grandmother.
The best thing I will say, like even with my mom and her struggle of what she had, I can say my mom honestly tried to show us the best love that she knew how. And I think that's why I'm so easy how I like to love, because sometimes you want to and you want to show people love the best way you know how. And sometimes when you feel like love is love, sometimes love is love,
because that's the only love that there's no love college. You can't go to school and get certified in love, but you love according to sometimes how you were loved, and you're loved according to some people love you, because I've been loved by people and I'm like, this is too easy. Because I was so tied up with conflict and thinking that disagreement or something that has a little conflict is like love, that when it came too easy, I was like, so you mean to tell me you don't have an issue with what I'm doing, or you're not going to watch where I'm going, you're not going to keep calling my phone? It was so toxic because I knew dysfunction. Once I got to the age now, because now I don't want no dysfunction. I feel like we're individuals. You should be able to come and go as you please respectfully, and so should I. I don't have those trust issues and wondering issues no more. I don't want it around me.
Yeah, because we're now at an age that who wants to feel like they have to still go through that.
I did not know. I knew how to love my friends because my mother loved me. My grandmother loved me. It was easy to love women. But it was something about that. It was very uncomfortable. Very, very uncomfortable. And I just thank God for growth and just looking within myself and just saying, Drea, what are your issues? It's not easy to do, to look back at yourself and face issues.
And I realized at the age that I am now and the things that you kind of know, or that I kind of know about myself, it makes me want to do things a little different. You know, even with just, I've learned how I've just always been so, vulnerable to people, just so easygoing for people, just so arm open for people. And just like I tell people, when people say things to me like, oh, you're so nice, you're so this, I tell people all the time, back before, you really could have been nice. You could.
Yeah, it's sad you can't even be who you are anymore.
You could. It's sad that now you have to switch it up how you have to do things with people, for people, around people, because you just really don't.
There are some
It's different. It's so different. And I'm the type of person, with me, if I gotta switch up me of how I gotta be around you,
I don't need to be
around
you. Yeah.
But see, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I just learned that too.
Yeah.
I just learned that in order for me to continue to be me, and if I have to deal with somebody who made me feel some type of way about something, and because one thing about me, if I feel like you made me feel a certain type of way, I lose trust in you.
As you should.
I lose trust in you.
I can't trust you with my feelings. I can't trust you with my emotions.
Right.
You could be around my pocketbook, but I can't trust that I'm going to feel good when I leave from around you.
And another thing I've learned, because I've heard people say, well, why you don't do round table? To me, I don't feel like I want to do round table to somebody that would do something so simple that could be so hurtful to me, or they know that it could be hurtful, because I feel like if you could do something simple, I don't want to be around you if you do something major.
Because we don't have the same motives.
I don't really get why I need the conversation anymore.
Yeah, no.
Like, when I was younger, you could kind of try to understand where people come from, why they do things.
But you showed me who you are already, and I don't need another violation to believe you now. And you know what? I also learned this from my best friend. It's okay for everybody not to think you're a good person.
Right.
Because I had this good girl persona that I used to always want to keep up. Like, I'm a nice girl. I'm not here to hurt anybody. Right. And I had somebody tell me, you know what? You got a good heart, but you be doing some real messed up stuff to me. And I had to think about it like, yeah. And he said, you giving? You'll give the shirt off your back. You'll volunteer for any food drive, anything. But you're not considerate sometimes when you speak of the things that may hurt my feelings. You expect me to be so tough. And I'm not. And I'm telling you that I'm not. And you still, because you're a tough person, want me to just big up about it. Just be okay. And I had to think about that. Like, you could have a good heart and do things to hurt people. Right. But I'm okay with not everyone thinking I'm a good person. I want some people to think I'm bad. Stay away from me.
Right.
Please stay away from me. I don't want to be bothered. But
sometimes I be wishing I had that.
I don't really have it, though, because I'm the one that will have a fight with you.
But you don't take junk, though.
I don't anymore, because I learned who I am, and you're not going to play with me. And I know what I bring to the table. Right. I didn't know. Sometimes when you're being used and you got leeches, blood sucking you, you're so empty, you don't know what you're bringing. Right. I am so full at this point in my life. I know exactly who I am, what I bring to the table, how resourceful I am, how helpful, supportive I am. And if you're not on that same wave, baby, drown on your own, because you're not going to bring me down. Before you could do it. Right.
And see, that's what I'm saying. I think now, for some reason, I don't know. Like I said, the pandemic was a bad thing, but it was somewhat of a good thing. Because I'm telling you, I have learned. Oh.
Sorry.
Well, we ain't even gonna get into that.
I'm sorry. You know, we ain't even. I was working hard during that whole pandemic.
Listen, my job didn't close down that long either, and they had to fight for us to get unemployment.
Mad.
And then I got into a whole bunch of traffic with that stuff, but that's another story.
Let them,
because that there is taking me mentally.
It took me, because I had to work every day during the pandemic.
You ain't the only one.
And then when I really did lose my job, here it is. Now they're talking about no. Girl, I was ready to go. You ain't the only one. I was ready to go set a match.
Riding around with masks and goggles on, picking up kids.
Gloves and bodysuits on, and I can't get nothing.
And the mother's right at the bus with the kids with the masks and the goggles on. Now I'm like, just sit down.
Everybody looking like a little...
I think we was the only town open.
Like we all work in a lab.
I'm like, everybody, ain't nobody else in school but Wayne.
Hey, they don't play about their education.
They don't play.
What time is it?
It is what it is.
Oh, wait. We have two questions that our valuable viewers wrote in and asked.
Okay.
And one is from Kayla. Why is therapy so frowned upon in the urban community?
I think because people are more ashamed, or they feel like they don't need it, or, they just don't have the roots of it, what it actually can do for you. And when really it is somebody that you can talk to, and somebody that can understand you, and you can pour out whatever you want to pour out to them, and they listen to you. But I just think we just didn't have a lot of knowledge of it. Or we heard of guidance counselors in the school, or,
or Jesus, and no disrespect. Coming from where we come from culturally, we're taught that give it to God.
Right.
But God created therapists too, and this is
Right.
no disrespect to anyone of any religion. My mom is Muslim. I was raised by Christian grandparents, and even with my grandparents says, "Oh, give it to God." You didn't go to no therapist, talk to no woman about you. God is here, and God is willing to listen. Yes, but sometimes you want feedback that you can hear.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. God is real. God works. You speak to him, he does speak back. But until you gain that relationship with God and understand how the spirit works, you really need somebody to sit down and talk to. Somebody to pass you a tissue to rub your back. give
Only
you
thing
some
about
water.
therapy now is that I hate that a lot of therapists want to do things, on the phones and all of that. Like, I more want to go and
You
sit
wanna go sit
down
on their
and talk
chase
and
and
connect.
cry.
I'm from the old school. I like that sit down, talk, connect. In case I want to cry and snot come out, like I want to get deep like that sometimes. I don't feel like on the phone you could do that, because for some reason on the phone it's like you feel like you look
can't
more
pass
uglier.
me a tissue either. I want your tissue.
Yeah, but it's like
I
on the
need your
phone, you feel
tissue.
like when you cry, you look more uglier than in person. Like if I
Right.
cry to you right now, if I cry to you right
I'm
now,
gonna just be on the phone like, it's okay, honey.
Yeah.
Do you have any tissue
Right.
around you?
right?
You know?
But if I cry to you right now, I could wipe off and feel like
Right.
I still, you. But when you like on a like
Yeah.
a
You can't ugly cry. And
Yeah.
when I say I'm an ugly crier,
Yeah.
Lord knows I'm an ugly crier. I'm
no,
talking
you
about,
can't
like,
be
no.
an ugly
What?
crier.
What?
No, but I cry with everything, even movies, Dre.
Yeah, me too. Don't
I
talk
mean,
about
it could-
when I say I'm a thug, I'm a thug. We
Alright.
already talked about this. I don't cry.
Alright. You
with
from
no
where you
movies.
from?
I'm
What's
from up the hill.
yeah? But what
I
was
was
y'all
kind of
name?
raised down the hill too, though.
Yeah, but what was y'all name?
Because I said you had the tower, the Towergans, the
so-
fourth Wardigans.
Oh, Fourth Ward
The
again.
fourth ward.
All right,
The
shout out.
fourth ward come through. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in live. I see
right.
my cousins from down south.
Oh, okay.
I can't really scroll and see too much 'cause I'm not good with this
Listen, let me
live
tell
thing,
y'all
my homegirls
something
who
about
do.
Shady Talk Wednesday. We will start off with something and we will get into something else.
Yeah,
That's
we
just how it
touching
is.
everything.
We just like to touch up on
That's how our
everything while we
mental
on
is
the
set up.
couch. Yeah.
Wait, we got one
okay,
more.
yeah, get the other
Right,
question
one
out.
more. Is it ever too soon to begin therapy?
Is it ever too soon to be getting therapy? No, I just think just jump out there and, get your research on, and what I like about therapy is that they give you lists of people that that talk about themselves. They tell you where they're from. It's a lot of things that they show you, like they write different things about themselves to see where you can relate with them.
Right,
like
right.
if it works for you. Like you might see a therapist that say, "Hey, I love dogs." It's like, okay, you ain't
Right.
into animals, so don't
Right.
go to Kathy.
Right.
You
Is
might see
Kathy a
somebody,
therapist?
right? You might see somebody that say, "Hey, I fought all my life, but I got through it." You like, I
he's
was
a
in
fighter.
Yeah. So
because there is an outlet
Yeah.
for everybody, and I've
Right.
heard some people say like, "I'm not going to no therapist. They
Right.
never went through what I went through, so how would they know?" But you don't know how many people they've already given therapy to. At this point, they went through it because they've solved issues for other people. Last but not least,
Okay.
is therapy expensive?
Well, if you have insurance, they do take certain insurance. You do have to make a co-payment.
Right.
But I don't know if you have Medicaid. I do believe there's still some local, therapists around that also take different kind of, Medicaid. So either way, I think they take any kind of insurance. You just have to do your research,
Right.
pull it, type it up, therapists in this town. And because even if you reach out to a therapist that take insurance, and you call them, they still may be able to tell you somebody else
A
that take
referral
another
program.
type of insurance.
Right.
Or, so don't feel ashamed if you don't really have good insurance.
There's a place for you.
There's a place for everybody.
And like we said
And-
earlier, 988, that's what it is, right?
And we're
988.
always here. We're always
The
here on the
suicide
Shady Talk
hotline.
Wednesday. You can always call in, ask us questions, talk to us, send us messages in our
Right.
our DM, our inboxes. If y'all want to talk about certain topics, put it in the inbox. Let us
right.
know. We'll bring it right here,
There's
round
so
table,
many
and
things
we'll get
people
it. We'll
wanna
get it all
talk
talked about.
We will discuss it.
Yes,
Whether it's your
yes.
animals, your relationship, diet, health, wellness.
They're animals.
Animals, because some people have relationships with their animals. Shout out to Sheik, because she could love her cat.
Yeah, animals.
Animals.
No, I just wanted to know. I wasn't sure if you said animal, because...
See, don't get to discriminate against the animal lovers.
No.
If you want them to cancel us, that's all you gotta say.
I had a puppy.
I'm not participating with that.
I just wanted to hear when you was introducing the things that we was talking about, because I know my seeing is kind of getting a little blur. So I just wanted to make sure I heard.
There are some things I will not affiliate and associate myself with.
No.
Speaking about the animals,
okay,
I will not do it.
Okay, no, animals is fine. Tell them what we talk to them about.
Okay.
Tell them what we're going to talk to them
if you
about.
think them other people got canceled, we'll be next in line.
No. Tell animals.
If you want to talk about your animals, your relationship, your animals, okay, financial situations,
your jobs, abuse, your co-workers, your kids.
Yes. Your co-worker that thinks she the boss because she got a set of keys when the boss not there. Oh, I can't stand them.
Yeah.
Lord, I be having
We doing it all. We doing it all 2023. We are going to try to make more episodes on the podcast. So like I said, if you guys want to talk about anything, you could email me at
Valentine's Day is coming.
Ms. No Shade But Shade at gmail.com. Valentine's is coming up next month.
I can't wait to see what
let's make this like a ladies thing. Let's big up the ladies next month. I had someone
tell me they want to talk about how black men don't cheat.
Not in February.
They said they want to talk about how black men don't cheat.
I mean, I believe
some do and some don't.
Yeah.
I'm positive. Everybody does not cheat.
Okay, well, what we could do is we could probably do 2 episodes in February if we get into it. We can talk about black men don't cheat, but for our next episode, we gonna represent the ladies for February. We going hard about it.
Because girls is players too.
We going hard next month.
I don't mean in a way like we players, but ladies need love too. And I think we need to get back to a point where everyone is a little bit more sensitive and really, really more involved in wanting love. Not wanting a business relationship with your partner. Because some people are like, oh, love is a business. It is, because you agree to do things on certain terms. But the foundation of it is love. That 2 people agree that we're going to be together. We're going to share our things together. We're going to spend our time. And we're going to do this the right way.
Okay, well, guess what? Guess what? The next episode, we'll talk about both of it. We'll talk about relationships, cheaters, females. We're going to do it all.
I don't cheat.
Okay.
I don't like the little pause. Okay. I'll say it on record.
You at that age.
I don't cheat. I used to be a cheat back.
Okay.
You cheat, I'll find a way to cheat back. Now I leave.
You know what? We're going to talk about all of this next month on Shady Talk Wednesday. So listen, guys. We would like to thank you all for tuning in today with us on Shady Talk Wednesday. We love coming here on this couch and just communicating, having our little combos. Just talking about what we need to talk about. Right. This couch is for whatever it is that we need to talk about. This Shady Talk Wednesday. We got a lot going on. We look further to doing a lot of things this year. We also would love to invite any of you on our couch.
Right. Come sit with us. We have other chairs too. So you're not going to be, we got a little set.
Like I said, we do Zoom too. We will also love to be a sponsor if you would like to advertise your business here on Shady Talk Wednesday. We would definitely shout it out. We will put pictures up. We will do whatever you need to do to get your business going and growing. Also, you can check out my website at noshadebutshade.com. I got some cute Valentine's Day apparel up there, some more cute slogans for the shade. The shade is going to keep growing and keep glowing because everybody is shady out there.
Everybody is
shady out there.
Everybody possesses some little shade.
Everybody got it. But anyway, y'all, I would like to say thank you to my lovely co-host.
The shade is contagious.
My home girl. Thank you for the t-shirts that you made for us today. How cute, how cute.
And for your personalized needs, if you need me, I'm here.
Yes.
Q's Compassionate Creations. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and all your custom keepsakes.
And also, if you're on Instagram, follow me on Shady Talk Wednesday podcast on Instagram. So I just want to thank you all for tuning in with us. We love reading your comments. We love giving you feedback. We love for you to give us feedback. Anything that you want to tell us, say to us, listen, it's all good. We already know the shade is real. No shade but shade.
We love you. Your mental health is important. We love you guys.
Yes, talk to somebody about it.
Hopefully we were able to let you guys know that you're not the only ones going through it. There's information in the comments for therapy. There's a therapist in the comments. Excuse me.
Yes.
So don't be ashamed.
And
it's
his
okay
name is Marquise Lowry. He is in the comment. He is a therapist. If you need to speak to somebody, get any information about going to seek therapy about any situation, mental,
any mental health issues. I believe there's an outlet for you. There's information for you.
He's there.
You won't be overlooked. The help is there.
He's there.
There's help and there's hope, guys.
And thank you to my Riverview.
Thank you for my family and friends.
Thank you for my Riverview for showing up.
Yeah, I see the fourth ward there. I see Kaya, Sakina. She your towers people. Kina, we love you too. Pilar, I see you.
All right, we gotta go because now she about to shout the whole fourth ward. She get a little jealous because Riverview Towers up here. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. We love y'all. We love y'all up the hill, down the hill. We want peace.
Come together.
Yes,
this is DTA.
Yes. We're gonna bring the peace back together. Up the hill, down the hill. Gosh, that's rough.
It wasn't even like it wasn't aggressive. Well, let's try it again.
That's what we gotta do. We gotta learn the handshake.
We just settled the beef. So all that up the hill, down the hill, we just watched that.
Yes, we love y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to Shady Talk Wednesday. Keep following us, please. Please go subscribe to the YouTube page, Shady Talk Wednesday on YouTube, because we're not gonna always keep going Facebook Live. We need y'all to come to YouTube. Thank y'all so much. We 5 minutes over time.
Oh man, now we owe $1 million. Darn, there's my allowance. Bye y'all.